Well, first of all, tell me, I don't really know. I know that you grew up in North Dakota, is that right?
South Dakota.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, no.
Yeah.
South Dakota.
Them's fighting words.
Well, I apologize for that. There you go. Clarify. Educate me.
Pierre, South Dakota. It's in the exact center of South Dakota. And in fact, it's in the exact center of North America, which is kind of a bizarre trait.
Yeah.
It's right on the Missouri River. It's the capital of South Dakota, and it's not even on an interstate. You have to get off the interstate for 40 miles to get to the capital of South Dakota.
Wow.
I think it was 10,088 on the sign the whole time I was growing up.
Oh, wow. What got you interested in playing music? What age were you when you started?
I sang a solo in a church when I was 7. They had a little choir called the Cherub Choir, little kids in white robes. And I sang a Christmas solo at the age of 7, and I would bang on the piano every time I walked by it in the practice room. I did my first gig at the age of 12 on electric guitar. That in 1966, under the Christmas tree was a little red Gibson Melody Maker and a Gibson amp with a coil cord, and man, I was in heaven.
Oh, my goodness.
I already had an acoustic guitar. I asked for an acoustic guitar, and they gave me one, and then my dad said, you know, you have to learn to play it. I was like, oh, I hadn't thought about that. I just wanted to stand in front of the mirror and look like Elvis. Actually, the first time I really got turned on was hearing a ride cymbal on a record. There was just something about the sound of that stick hitting that cymbal. I think it was a Beatles record. And it just, it excited me. It just went straight into my bones, you know. I took my little electric guitar over to the grade school, and I had learned the theme from Batman, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, and all the girls flocked around, and I thought, oh, this is it.
This is the one.
Yeah.
You play drums?
I did play a concert snare. I was in some contest drum lines, and I can carry a beat. My foot is worthless, but my hands are pretty good.
I've just found it interesting that the ride cymbal inspired you, and here you've held the chair at Don's Depot for how many years on Monday nights?
This is my 26th year.
26th year.
Because I met Christine at the end of '95, and I was already, Christine Albert is my wife. I met her at the end of '95 on a gig, and I was already holding down Monday nights at Don's Depot, so it was early in 1995.
So you started out, you got the Gibson Melody Maker, but then you're an incredible piano player. So tell me about how you made that transition.
Well, the same Christmas morning, a Baldwin Spinet showed up under the tree. Here's the deal. My dad was a certified public accountant in this little town, and there was one music store, Bolt's Music, and at the end of the year, Mr. Bolt owed my dad money.
Oh.
He took it out in instruments because he knew I was interested, and my brother thought he wanted to play bass, blah, 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 and they were going to make us all take piano lessons. And so on that Christmas morning, 1966, an electric guitar, an electric bass, and a spinet piano showed up under the tree.
Oh, wow.
I just started playing them all at the age of 12. And I never chose between guitar and piano. I've always gone back and forth. I tell people, I've been in this town for 30 years, and there are people that don't know I play the guitar, and there are people that don't know I play the piano.
Amazing. There are many people that don't know that I play music. They know me as an audio engineer. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. And you're one of the most incredible guitar players I've ever heard in my life, by the way. So
oh, well, thank you. That's very nice of you to say. Yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I love what you do.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I feel the same way about you. As a matter of fact, for the people that don't know, sometimes, before COVID, I used to go down to Don's Depot, and Chris and I would play together. We'd just hang out and just jam together. That was the most fun. I love that. I miss those times.
I know. You even stopped in for your going-away party at Don's Depot.
That's right. When we moved to Hawaii, it was the Texas Aloha party there at Don's Depot.
Big Ray Benson came in, sang a couple songs.
He wrote a song for our leaving. I don't know if you remember that. He wrote a song. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You and I have been playing for about the same length of time. And I want to know, do you think we choose music, or does music choose us?
That's a good question. We actually got reviewed by a guy named John Conquest, may he rest in peace. But he didn't really like Christine and I's music, but he just couldn't deny that we're good at it. And he said in a review once that They're the types of musicians who woke up in the morning when they were young and decided to learn how to do this. We just scoffed at that because we were both feel like we were absolutely born into it, and it chose us, and we welcomed that choice. We were talking about that last night. Somebody was asking about getting his grandson guitar lessons, and Brad Fordham and I both said, the main thing is the want to. Sure, you can give him a guitar, you can give him lessons, but he has to really feel that want to. And I did, and I know for a fact you did.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a little bit of both, but I don't feel like I ever had a choice. Knock on wood, I've never had a day job. I've always just played music or engineered music. You know, I do a little bit of what you do, but I've always been around music. And I'm lucky to have my second wife, Christine, is a musician as well, and so she's totally behind remodeling the home to make it better for making music. We took down a wall right here and extended our studio, and in our home we have a grand piano and a B3 and a Wurlitzer and another acoustic piano in the living room. It basically looks like a guitar store upstairs. I built 2x4 guitar holders all along one wall, 2 levels high. I've got 8x8 double-tiered guitar holders upstairs.
So you really do look like a music store.
I know. I am a multi-instrumentalist, so I've got acoustic guitars, electric guitars, banjos, dulcimers, mandolins, mandolas.
Accordion. I mean, you're a great accordion player.
I have 4 accordions. You have to have a place to put them all.
Yeah. Have you ever experienced whenever you need something, it just shows up?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
When I met Christine, after living with me for a while, she said, "Oh, I get it. You don't look for work. Work looks for you."
Exactly.
I don't. I've never hustled. I've never had to, and I'll watch people do little sessions and gigs, and then I thought, oh man, I'm not getting any of those. And then one that's 5 times better than those will come my way, right when I'm feeling like, oh, I'm not on the team, you know.
Right.
And you have to make it happen. You have to be good. You have to show up on time. You have to play well, of course. But a lot of it is personality. Guys that are hard to work with don't get as many calls. I do know exactly what you mean. I feel like when we needed something, it will show up, including the pandemic. You know, everybody went dark. I did what you did. I went online, and our fans followed us through. I had a woman at Green Hall last night I'd never met in my life. She said, "You saved our lives during COVID." Oh. That they were tuning in every week to our live stream because they weren't leaving the house. And luckily, again, I live with my musical partners, so we're able to just sit here in the house and strap on a bunch of iPhones and put on a show and draw a crowd and make some money, you know?
Tell everybody that's watching my show how they can find you and Christine, about your show and you broadcast. I know you have 2 different shows, so tell us about both of them.
AlbertandGage.com is our website, and that's all the links to everything is there. We broadcast from here right now on Sunday nights. It's called Sunday Night at the Moon House at 8 o'clock Central Time. And we have 2 sets. In this room, we do 2 guitars and a digital piano, because that's kind of our, when we go out and play a folk concert series, that's our deal. It's 2 guitars, a little keyboard, and an accordion. We both sing. But then we moved to the other room, which started as Monday night not at Don's Depot, when Don's Depot was closed, and we just tried to recreate Don's Depot. I would put up slides of Don's Depot, and I would, you know, the bartender would call in, and we'd put her on the screen, you know. And so that's at the grand piano, because at Don's Depot, I play grand piano all night. And so we just decided to do that here. And now we go back and forth. We just, depending on our mood, we go back and forth from the guitar. We call it the guitar room and the piano room, and it's 2 different shows. And when we're at the piano, Christine has a tripod on wheels with a camera, and she can switch all the cameras and do split screens, and it's just the most fun. And she really enjoys it.
Well, is Christine available? We can see her and say hi to her?
This is the lovely and talented Christine Albert right here.
Hello.
Hello.
Talking into his lavalier.
Well, we were just talking about you, so I wanted everybody to put a face to the name. So.
I'm putting up Christmas decorations while I listen to his side of the conversation.
All right.
He said they just wanted to see your face and introduce you to his people.
Good.
Tell me about some of the things you have planned in the future that we can look forward to.
We're trying to figure out how much music we're going to do. We want to make a record, an Albert and Gage record. That's what we call ourselves. Mostly just enjoying life and being as creative as we can. We'll be doing more video projects, I'm sure. And she runs a nonprofit called Swan Songs, which provides musical last wishes.
Tell us more about that.
Yeah, anybody that's in the last months or days of their life, sometimes it's a very imminent demise that's coming up. And Christine came up with this over 15 years ago, where she sends musicians to the bedside or to the lobby of the home that they're at or in private homes. They do about a 30-minute concert based on what that person would like to hear, their favorite style of music, or sometimes they can request an Austin artist. And, you know, we've sent Ray Benson in to do these shows, and Bob Schneider, and some of the big names in town. If they say, I want something like Jimmy Dale Gilmore, well, we'll send Jimmy Dale Gilmore.
That's pretty
you
cool.
know? And just surprise the heck of these people. She had one guy, he loved gospel quartets, and his favorite one was the Chuckwagon Gang, which is a family affair that's been around for 80 years, I think. And one of the Swan Songs girls got online and found out that the Chuckwagon Gang was on tour and got him to show up at this guy's house and blow his mind.
Oh, that's amazing.
And he was awake, he was aware, he just loved it, gave a little interview, and he was gone a couple weeks later. It's musical last wishes. Swansongs.org.
Well, you sent me a video of you performing, and I think now would be a good time to listen to it. So can you tell us a little bit about this video and the song?
Well, I have a friend named Tom Peterson, he's about my age and grew up in South Dakota, and he's just a world-class songwriter. Everything I've ever heard him write is just, oh my God, I need to sing that. I probably do a dozen of his songs. In fact, Christine and I made a whole record of Tom Peterson's songs called Dakota Lullaby. The song I'm gonna sing for you tonight is Black Hills Gold, which is written about the old West days in Deadwood, South Dakota. And they really did mine for gold, and Black Hills Gold. In fact, I'm wearing Black Hills Gold on both hands.
Oh my goodness.
It's a real thing. It's a tricolor gold. It's green, gold, and pink.
Oh.
And it's kind of everybody in South Dakota has Black Hills Gold. In fact, my dad always carried a Black Hills Gold money clip in his pocket his whole life. So this song is really incredible. It's written by Tom and is historically accurate. You know, it talks about the opium dens and the whorehouses. But the hook is just incredible. It's when I get to heaven, I know all the harps and halos are going to be made from Black Hills Gold.
Well, let's give it a listen.
The news shot through Denver, Chicago, and St. Louis. Up and down the East Coast, through the heart of Dixie, too. And the story got bigger every time it got told. How the creeks and the rivers run yellow with Black Hills gold. They poured in by the hundreds in muddy Deadwood town. Some panned the streams, others dug for it in the ground. Was a few got lucky, most only got old, and their hair grew silver, looking for Black Hills gold. I've never met an angel in this wicked old world. The closest I'll get is a Deadwood dance hall girl. And I've never been to heaven, oh, but sure I've been told All the harps and halos are made of Black Hills gold. Then the sharps and the hustlers came to follow their prey, with the legion of soil doves to help them lead them astray. In the upstairs parlor, all pleasure is sold for a pinch of dust shining with Black Hills gold. The flop houses and card rooms full of desperate men, and a few lost souls found their way to the opium dens. The first taste is heaven, then the devil takes hold. You dream of valleys of poppies, the color of Black Hills gold. I've never met an angel in this wicked old world. The closest I'll get is a deadwood dance hall girl. And I've never been to heaven, oh, but sure I've been told all the harps and halos are made of Black Hills gold. Preacher climbed on a stump in a dry riverbed. He gave a sermon concerning revelation and a fiery end. He prayed for salvation for the sheep in his fold, to lead us not to temptation, but lead us to the Black Hills gold. I've never met an angel in this wicked old world. Closest I'll get is a deadwood dance hall girl. And I've never been to heaven, oh, but sure I've been told all the harps and halos are made of Black Hills gold. I've never been to heaven, oh, but sure I've been told all the harps and halos are made of Black Hills gold.
Well, that was Chris Gage performing a Tom Peterson song.
At the grand piano in Moonhouse Studio.
That's right. That's right. Black Hills Gold. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you again for your time.
Thanks, Larry. My pleasure.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.